When Elon Musk brought the Cybertruck up on stage, it looked like something straight out of Mad Max. In fact, some of the footage that they showed driving the Cybertruck was in a desert. But when you start thinking about the companies that he has and all the different things that they do, you might start to wonder, what kind of economy does Elon Musk think is coming? That's what we're going to talk about here in Market Power today.
I'm kind of pro-anarchist.
Hi, I'm Craig and welcome to Market Power, where we look at the power of markets and economics to shape our world. And I want to know what kind of economics are shaping Elon Musk's world, especially the things that he's deciding to put tons of money into. This question was brought to my attention by Alex Tabarrok over on Marginal Revolution, and this was brought to his mind by someone on Twitter named Future Pundit. It's this idea that it looks like Elon Musk is preparing for a failed state. So let me go over why does it look like Elon Musk is preparing for that kind of world, and then my take on what I think Elon Musk is actually trying to do and the economics influencing his decisions. So the arguments in favor of Elon Musk preparing for this doomsday scenario are really focused on Tesla and a lot of things that Tesla is doing. So if you look at what Tesla provides, it's got the solar department, which is providing solar panels, as well as batteries, power walls, and then it also goes on to electric vehicles. So think about these three things that it has. Solar is there to provide electricity when the government can't, and we've already seen this. We saw in California just this year how it shut down electricity because of the threat of wildfires. And so there were millions of people left without power, except for people who had solar panels. And then you would also have your power wall that would be able to store that electricity for those times where you didn't have access to sunlight. So that's two things where you have electricity in a case where the government isn't able to provide the infrastructure needed to get you those things. And now, because you have electricity, if you have a Tesla car, you have access to mobility. You can charge that car and you can get where you need to go. Whereas people who are on fossil fuels, some of the gas stations weren't working during these blackouts, and so they were shut down as a result. So you have this kind of pipeline from receiving electricity, storing electricity, and then using that electricity to go around, where you can overcome a failed state. And then you look at something like the Cybertruck, which is indestructible unless you have somebody who's carrying steel balls around with them.
Sure.
Oh. And you're able, if the government can't provide protection for your property, you can keep driving and you can be rest assured that you are protected from the lawless bandits roaming the countryside. And then the final argument in favor of the failed state is just looking at SpaceX and the ultimate mission of getting out to Mars, getting away from the failed states that are here in the world. And so if you look at this, it does start to look like a picture is coming together where Elon Musk is worried about these doomsday scenarios, and he needs to make sure that we avoid those by getting those goods for ourselves.
In this wasteland, I am the one who runs from both the living and the dead.
So that's the argument that I've seen online. But what do I think is driving Elon Musk? I think Elon Musk's vision is much simpler than that, and we can just explain most of this through complementarities. So if we think about his core beliefs, his core mission, that's going to be Tesla and SpaceX. That is, we need to transition from fossil fuels to solar, and so he's doing everything he can in Tesla to drive forward that solar power, and he also just has this insane desire to explore outer space, and that's what SpaceX is doing. I think every other company that Elon Musk works on is a complement to these two functions. First, let's start with Starlink. Starlink is the satellite-provided internet, and it's already clear to see what the complementarity is with SpaceX. SpaceX launches things into space, and now Elon Musk has access to a much cheaper way of putting things into space, so that makes it cheaper to do an internet satellite company. The complementarity there is obvious. And then if you look at the complementarity with Tesla, it becomes even more obvious because Teslas rely on wireless internet for their updates and for a lot of the functionality in Teslas. And so having more internet in different places, like this is going to make Tesla available in much more locations. And this is really important when you go and look at the Cybertruck. In fact, let's talk more about how the Cybertruck fits these. Obviously, the Cybertruck is an electric vehicle that fits with the Tesla core competency of getting off of fossil fuels and trucks being a larger consumer of fossil fuels. But where are trucks going to be in the highest demand? Even though we see trucks driving around in cities, trucks are also really important in rural areas, but rural areas often don't have the internet coverage that they need to get these Tesla updates.
You just saw we deployed 60 more Starlink satellites. This puts us one step closer to being able to offer Starlink internet service to customers across the globe, including people in rural and hard-to-reach places who have struggled for access to high-speed internet.
And so by providing internet to these rural areas, Tesla's become more attractive than there, especially the Cybertruck. And then if you look at what the Cybertruck is made of, it's made of the same steel that's going on in making the SpaceX rockets. So again, more complementarities. Another company to think about is OpenAI. Now, OpenAI isn't quite a company, it's a nonprofit, but still this is his push to get more artificial intelligence development. Well, artificial intelligence is a huge factor in what's being done at Tesla with driving their cars and in SpaceX with landing their rockets. In fact, Elon Musk had to walk away from OpenAI because of the potential conflicts that would evolve as Tesla was developing more and more AI. So again, these are complementarities between his core competencies. Then when you look at Neuralink, this idea of connecting brains with artificial intelligence software, that's a complementarity that branches off of that OpenAI. So all of the things that Elon Musk is working on seem to branch off of those two core competencies of Tesla and SpaceX. Elon Musk is very clearly driven by economics, and you can see that in this other video I did on the Cybertruck pre-orders. And you should also check out this playlist of other videos I've done related to Tesla. Thank you so much for watching Market Power today, and be sure to subscribe. We will see you next time.